Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to another upload here on the Code Train channel. I'm your host, Code Train, as always. And you guys know that I do have my own podcast. So today's video is a formal announcement, officially, of a brand new podcast that I have started with three other people. It technically has officially started, but it is an announcement to say that, hey, you guys can go listen to this podcast and go follow our social medias. So back a few weeks ago, actually almost a month or two ago, to be exact, that this guy named Terayle Garnett, wish I get his name right because he will roast me if I do not get his name right. Garnett came up to me and three other people with the idea of starting a podcast that will be for that will center around black males in wrestling or diversity, black people in general in wrestling, talking pro wrestling from all over the world, from WWE, AEW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, the old school ECW, everything, anything that you can think of, we're going to be talking about it in the landscape of pro wrestling, TNA, etc. This is an extension of the Train Talks podcast for me, ladies and gentlemen. You guys know I like to talk wrestling sometimes on the Train Talks podcast, but from now on, majority of my wrestling conversations for IRL Pro Wrestling will be on the Against the Ropes podcast. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. I will be joining Mr. Terayle Garnett, Donnie, Rob, and myself, the Fantastic Four, as we like to call each other, will be officially here with the Against the Ropes podcast. This podcast is for anybody that loves professional wrestling and wants to hear our opinions on wrestling. I know you guys love to text me and ask me, how do I think about Roman Reigns' title reign? You can hear this on this podcast exclusively. What do I think of current day AEW? You can hear this on this podcast exclusively. What do I think of WrestleMania 4 that is coming up? You can hear that on this podcast exclusively. We will be going live on our social media platforms. We have a Twitter, we have an Instagram, we're working on getting, we have a YouTube channel as well, I believe, where we have our exclusive Discord server where you guys can join us and talk to the Against the Ropes podcast members, and we can talk wrestling together in this exclusive Discord server outside of the Cold Train Productions Discord server. Every social media that we have will be linked in the comment section down below. I want you guys, for the loyal fans of the Cold Train channel, I want you guys to go follow the Against the Ropes podcast on every social media that you have that is available. Join our Discord so you can listen and talk to the community here. Everybody's welcome here. This is a diverse podcast that is for everybody. We are going to talk pro wrestling at its finest with a black male's perspective, because I know there's not a lot of black men that watch wrestling, and we want to be a part and have our voices heard. This is why this podcast was made. It's not like the Train Talks podcast, which is a podcast about different conversations such as relationships, universe mode, emails, reviews for movies, etc. That is the Train Talks podcast. This podcast is wrestling based only. You will only hear us talk about professional wrestling here, news and rumors, talking about the shows that go along with wrestling, the pay-per-views that go along in pro wrestling, etc. The Fantastic Four, as I like to call us. We will be going live for right after WrestleMania 40, night 1 and night 2, giving our live reactions and thoughts and opinions to the entire show. So if you guys want a taste of what the Against the World podcast will be about that, make sure you stay tuned to all of our social medias so you can know when we're going to go live. We're going to be going live on YouTube because we do have our own YouTube channel as well, where you guys can watch the podcast. You can listen to us on Spotify. You can listen to us on Apple Podcasts as well. If you don't want to listen to us on YouTube, if you're riding in your car one day, going to your mama house, you listen to us on there. If you're riding, going to college before college classes, you listen to us on there. If you're riding, going to school, you go listen to us too. You're riding before you go pick up your girl. You want to listen pick up your girl, go pick up your man, well, whatever you like. Hey, you want to play the Against the Ropes podcast? Put us on your radio, man. Yeah. We are all radio. I was trying to make a wrestling pun, but that if you know, that didn't really work out there. You can put us anywhere you want to go, folks. That's right. And to give you a snippet of what some of the things that we talk about, I have some of our clips from our previous podcast that will play at the end of this video to give you guys a sneak peek and tease of what the Against the Ropes podcast is all about. Well, I told you guys what this new podcast is about. I told you guys how everything's going to come together. Adhere to all those links. This will be in the pinned comment down below and in the description down below as well. We will have our descriptions of each member of the Against the Ropes podcast with a description that was made by the amazing Terayle Garnett that was sent by us. You will get to know each member of the Against the Ropes podcast, and I will also have their social medias in the pin and in the comment section down below. So follow the individual members, follow the Against the Ropes social media as well. And guys, we will see you guys live right after WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2 for our live reactions and reviews to WrestleMania 40. I've been your host, Coach Chain. This has been the Coach Chain channel. Stay tuned for more videos coming from me exclusively for my YouTube channel and for my podcast. Be phenomenal or be forgotten. And here's some links and here's some funny moments of things that we talk about on the Against the Ropes podcast. Hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys listen to our podcast in the near future. See you guys later. I feel like Seth Rollins is a business guy anyway, and he wouldn't want to do that.
Just talking shit about him 2.5 seconds.
I was say what happened. Them tables switch. Them tables definitely.
But again, I thought that Jonathan Cena was the same
friends,
way. Okay,
Johnny
Boy. I used to call him Johnny Boy when I was little.
I
thought he was the same way. He was like hustle, loyalty, respect, man. And then he just went on to do Hollywood. I was like, damn. Okay, Cena, you talked all that smack in 2012 when I was like 8, 9 years old. Now I'm like 21 years old. You in movies now.
You're not like 21 years old. You are 21 years old.
Barely years old. Okay, I'll use a metaphor, Terayle. A metaphor. All right. Let me use my metaphor.
That wasn't a metaphor.
I was say.
That's not what a metaphor is.
Where's the English professor? Because all of these blunders, CT, ain't no way you made it through English 101.
Like, I've been watched it for 2 weeks, and I still ain't seen Ricky Starks yet. And he's good on the mic.
Where is Ricky?
Yeah.
Where is
Ricky?
Cass, or whatever that guy's name is now.
Big Cass.
He's literally from my state. Like, where is he at?
Come on, Ricky Big Boot now.
Yeah, he is from the boot, okay? And it's very, very frustrating that he gets pushed. He has these moments on TV that he just disappears.